Well, guys, just hang on a second. Problems with the charts here, and I'll start sharing in a minute. Start only in a couple of minutes anyway. So, yeah. Just had to reboot. Should be okay now. Hope Nazir joins us. He'll be happy chappy. He went short yesterday, if you remember. I think one or two went on the short in the S&P. I didn't put it down. Didn't have enough people say they wanted to join it, but I know a couple of people did, and did very well. Came screaming off. For CPI figures, we'll just we're just going to wait. That's it, guys. Let's do another minute, and we'll start to rock and roll.
Hi, Roger.
Hi, Fanny. Hi. Okay, that's 4 o'clock. I can get started. Okay, yeah, well, this morning's a bit boring. From 2:30 onwards, it was far from. CPI figures came out higher than expected, which means inflationary. We discussed that ad nauseum on here. Well, explain that in a moment. Just a second, these guys in just a second. Yeah, higher than expected, which is inflationary, means more absent on the hawkish stance, likelihood of increased interest rates, as we've discussed the same many times. So what does that mean? Gold fell out of bed, no surprise. Shares fell out of bed at 3:30 when they opened. And in the meantime, the Nasdaq, Dow, and the S&P fell out of bed as well. So I know Nazir, I don't think he's here at the moment, went in yesterday. And I think somebody else went in the S&P, because I mentioned if you could afford to go the S&P at 3.6. And that clearly came down to, remember we discussed about the Fibonacci retracement since COVID. I did on the monthly since COVID, came down to 618, popped it below, and it might start attracting a few buyers there. I personally going to wait till the dust settles before I get too cute with it, but it just shows how the Fibonacci can suddenly put a stop to it. I think some guys bailed at the Fibonacci retracement and took their profit on their shorts. A lot of people I know have taken profit because it was a bit of a windfall to them, so they don't want it taken away from clearly. I can't mention names, but one guy was completely, utterly overexposed on a fairly small, not a tiny, but fairly small account on a 500 to 1 leverage. Oh, incredibly overexposed, and it just came right for him. So he's closed it, bang, and he's got a big smile on his face. One or two others, this guy really, really came to the party. But he more luck than judgment, because he didn't realize he'd gone the other way, it'd been wiped out. Grossly overexposed, and this time it worked. All or nothing. Put the house on red, red came up. But if it hadn't, he'd be on the streets of the job. Anyway, so it's nice it comes right, but if it doesn't, you're going to be careful of that. But we guys hit the Fibonacci. Looks like S&P 500. S&P 500, yeah, we said 3.6. Clearly, that's done very well indeed. That's 3.5. So you get the idea. But that was, I say, more fundamentals than anything else. Just have to bear in mind where your fundamentals are. You see what I mean, how they can affect the markets. Technicals all very fine. The fundamental, why that comes in, ignore it. Now, what happens? The dollar went screaming up, as you know, it's up to 114 just below. It's pulling back a bit now. I think that's more profit taking after that big windfall than any particular sudden weakness. And, you know, they get knee-jerk reactions, that sort of thing. The 10-year yields on the note there, back up to 4,000 or 4%. Yeah, so that went screaming up as well. So yeah, all go. The Dow, same story. If you don't know who's in the Dow, I think Isabel might have been. I don't know if she's here. The Dow, same story, came flying off. Look at this in the 15 to get a bit of picture. There you are, bang. And get the idea. Look at the NASDAQ as well, bang. So that was far from, you know, that's feast or famine, hey? It's been going like the clappers since this news came out. I mean, it's sort of nice bit of trade, relax for a minute. People calling up, oh, yes, when can I join it now? All go, tell you. Wow. Yeah, so there we are. NASDAQ, look at that, bang. Let's have a look at gold. Same story, bang. You get the idea. Then you say, well, why do you mention it? Well, I didn't know the CPI was going to be higher. What if I said go in and the CPI had been learning, expected, it went the opposite way? So those who went in, and fine. Now let's go back then to DJPY I just mentioned just now. That was a trade idea we had out at 0.56. Because it's dollar related, clearly the dollar strengthened. So clearly it was a short on the NZD, which came flying off. It's starting to recover a bit now. A lot of guys spoke to me and asked me about it. I said, modify your stop loss to 0.5550, just in case you get a bit of a bounce back. Well, that obviously has occurred. So they were stopped out at 55.50, obviously in a profit. Very nice. Thank you very much. Right. Okay. If you didn't modify, you're still in. I think you can modify your stop to 0.56. I think that was the entry place you took, or if you're a bit higher than that, fair enough. And then at least you won't make a loss on it. And it's crawling back, profit taking mostly, but the dollar's still strong. I don't think the pullback on the NZD is going to be forevermore. I think it's going to come back off again. So if you're in, hold on. I'm not too sure with all this going on, joining it now. So if you're out, I think stay out. But if you're in, hold on. Yeah, good stuff. So, right. Hope that makes sense, Deborah. I don't know if you modified your stop. If you haven't, modify it to make, I don't know what price you got in at. You might have got it at 55.70. Well, then obviously, clearly, don't modify it to that. 3 pips where you stopped out. But if you got in about 56 or higher, then you can modify it to 56. I think you're going to find it's not going to get there. I think it's going to start coming off again. The dollar is still strong. It's pulling back a little bit now. Because remember, the DXY is a tradable instrument, and a lot of guys are profit takers. It's pulling back. But I'm not sure the extent of the pullback is going to push it that much higher. So, yeah, hang 5. Hope that's clear, Tebo, and the other guys there. Good afternoon, Zeth. Right, exciting stuff. All go, I tell you. Right, we'll look at our old enemy, not friend, but old enemy, GBP CAD. Right, look at this. This is ridiculous. Make it on the daily chart. This is what's happened with this one here. Since yesterday, it's not even a full 2 days yet. It's only a day and 3/4 or whatever. It's gone up total 500 pips. I think that's overcooked, like big time overcooked. It still seems to be marching. I'm not still clear. I still think pressured interest rates, the BOE, because of the battle they're in with the inflation, they're in high inflation. They're talking 9%. That's the lights gone off. Good old Eshcom. 9.1 or something. I can't remember actually. I don't follow it as well as the American, but I know high inflation. So with the problem, they had the budget, which is actually not as bad as it first appeared. But anyway, that's another story. The perceived lot, they borrow a lot of funds. So maybe the pressure and the expectation, again, of our good friend, the interest rate pushed it up. But I think that's a serious overkill, that 500 in just under 2 days against a strong currency like the Canadian. I think that's overcooked. So the big question is, do you want to risk a short on this one? Let's try the weekly. There's quite a bit of support resistance there, as you can see. Put this in here. See around about this level here. Quite a bit of support resistance. Where would you put the stop? Go back to the daily. Then I have to use the weekly. Where can we put the stop? Just a second, if you want to do it. But you might say, I'm going to wait for confirmation. I wouldn't blame you in the slightest. Maybe do a $100 pip, or maybe even 80 pips stop loss or something. It might, if 156, I think it's a good chance of holding. It's got to come back. It's got to be some profit taking pull back at some stage. What do you think? Not your only enemy, mate. It's hit me, it's smitten me, it's bitten me, and quite more the point, never mind me. I'm talking my clients, it's bitten my clients. And I know it's their, I quite agree, it's their responsibility, but somehow, just who I am, I feel when I come out with an idea and it does this sort of thing, I don't like it. It's I don't know if you follow golf. I think it was Nick Faldo once said when he played in the Ryder Cup, he was getting headaches from the pressure because you're not just playing for yourself anymore. You're not even playing for your team. You're playing for your bloody country. You know what I mean? In fact, you're playing for Europe. That's sort of attitude. And so, so we've been bitten. Do you want to leave it alone? I wouldn't blame you if you did. But I think it's so overcooked now. I think we might get a bit of a pullback on this. Putting it out there, what do you think? If it still goes up, don't throw custard pies at me. I like that, Mike. This should do it again. Okay, I tell you why. I'll give you an example which can hurt this. Let's say you went into gold and you did extremely well, and you get another trade idea go in. You think, well, it's so well last, I must do well again. You'll double up and do that sort of thing. Don't. So second time right, it might not work out. So always mindful of position size, which we're going to do now. I don't think we're going to have a hectic stop. I think we're going to have it maybe 80 pips away. So I'll make it, make it 156.75. What the hell? 1.5675. It keeps on marching up. Well, sure. Where it can go down, oh yeah, I love a bloody TP on this. I think get right back down here, actually. I can get back to 1.50, but that's a hell of a, maybe make it 1.52. I think it's going to go further. If it comes off, to go further. Even that's a little bit. Why shouldn't it come back there? You know what I mean? If you don't want, you want a higher TP, that's your choice. Doesn't really matter. You make it 1.53, even 1.54 if you want. That's up to you. But the bottom line is the risk management, the stop. If you put the stop there, like I put on, you're looking there as 125 odd rand per micro as your entry. So if you want to have a go at it, just bear in mind that I think it's reached a bit of a ceiling there. But I thought it reached a ceiling of 1.54, to be honest. So just be aware of that. So mark your position size, mark the stop, and understand what's involved. But if it does hold on to that, come off, you could get if you missed a NAS, you can might get a nice return on this one. It seems to, thank God, be pulling back. Because I know somebody's in that person. It happens to be that person who's not in here at the moment, very busy. I will be obviously very much hoping for that to come off. Okay, so I do as well, because obviously I want you guys to win. That's the way it is. It's not because I make any money out of it, it's because it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Okay, so those who don't like it, don't. Those who do, well, there you are. Okay, right, Mike's going to go. Should we do it then? Anyone else going to do it? And I'll put it down. Okay, Mark. Good for you. All right, 75 calls. 1.5575, 1.5675, 1.52. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, fine. Divine's going through as well. If I pronounce that properly. Divine, I think it's pronounced properly. Is it? Yeah, D-E-W-A-N. That's Divan. Because we've got a guy who works us call that, so I know that much. Getting that pronunciation right, nothing else. Okay, right. Okay, there it is. If you want it. Okay, now let's have a look at the dollar stuff now. The dollar's probably going to miss the boat now. Yeah, I think we missed the boat on this one. Put on a monthly. Yeah, didn't want to chase it there, didn't chase it there, didn't want to chase it there. I'm sorry, guys, I still don't want to chase it. Pity. But, you know, we knew it was coming up. We didn't want to take that risk. It backfired. So anyway, Euro, probably the same story. Yep, too late, I think. GBP, USD. Even that didn't, even against the dollar there. Oh, that's the idiot. That's quite strange, isn't it? That must be interest rate expectation, because GDP seems a little bit bulletproof for the moment. Not sure how long that's going to take. I still see the dollar being strong. Do you want to join a dollar sell on this one? Still the daily. It's right about the highs there. It shot up there and then came off. Let's put it on the hourly. Talking aloud here because I'm a bit iffy on it. Bit iffy. See, this is what 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock when the news came out was here. Going up there, came off, bounced up, it's hovering a bit. I'm a bit, yeah. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Been bitten twice here as well. No. And the pound is, as I said, it's a funny currency to say the least. Anyone wants to look at it, give me a shout. I remember the other time, just tell me. NZD, USD, yen again. NSD, USD, where are we? There you go. Yeah, I thought so. The 60 odd nearly went to 70s, come off a bit. That's fine. Okay, I don't chase it now. We're already in that one. So punch, USD, quite a strong one, the dollar Canadian. I'm not sure I'll be chasing that. Okay, Swissy, probably the same story. Back to parity with the Swiss franc. But we'll have to go to Switzerland. You don't get much for a Swiss franc, I tell you. I've been there. Well, I've been there, the transit lounge, waiting for a change of air flight. But Zurich, and not cheap, I tell you. A Swiss franc goes sodding nowhere. Yeah, I wouldn't be joining that either. And this one, I think we definitely missed. So there we are. Get all that stuff for the dollar. Fortunately, the ship set one of those things. Yeah, okay, I understand. That's why I put it out there. I get that completely. Okay, right. So that was a dollar sorted, and looked at gold, Nasdaq. Malcolm, let's just join now. Remember we mentioned about the fib, 618 fib, popped down on the CPI figures, bang down. Remember I said this morning, didn't I? You take that. I see it coming up. Well, the CPI took care of that, bang down to the 618 fib, just below, in fact, the 10.5 mark, and now it's picking up. So do I see a bit of upside? I think it's got a bit of recovery here. Will it get through 11's the next story? We're not out of the woods yet. I'm not. I thought maybe this is about a couple of months ago. I thought maybe it gets to 10.5. Look at the situation, then we might get a turn. But still haven't got a turn at all. We've got the midterms coming up. I think it's on the 11th, but don't quote me on that. Next month. Anyway, it's come out in November, the midterms in America. I think it's going to be a red landslide on the Republicans in the House, probably the Senate as well. And yeah, the way it's going, the economy's going, the woke, cancel attitudes going, the totalitarian area, it's getting that bad now. On the other hand, one of the main contenders for the leadership race, Tulsi Gabbard, was going for the nomination to be president of the Democratic Party. She's actually now leaving the Democratic Party because the left and the woke and the attitudes have gone too far. So it's a bit of a race. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet. So even if it gets back to 11,000, I still say short the rally. We could break down further. Just bear that in mind. Okay. tech stocks have fall off quite a bit. Large amount. Sorry. A large amount of money has been wiped off the world stock. Much includes, unfortunately, pension funds and equity funds and hedge funds, etc. But I think a lot of them using hedge funds have been hedged anyway, so don't panic. Those who are running the pension funds properly would have hedged on this anyway. If I was running, I'd have definitely hedged it. So if I can see that, they would have definitely seen it. Okay, so I just mentioned. Do you want to chase it now? Do you want to chase it now? That's the thing. So a bit of recovery. Just think it's up as 4 or 5 is the oil coming out, oil inventories in the US coming out. So check that later on. But yeah. Tell you what, so now charts, you can get a little bit higher up. We'll look at the daily in a moment. Maybe if it gets to about around about the 9.7 or just above. That's been too short a term. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I think, do you know who called that out? Gotta get this name right. Sipendili. Sipendili. I might have a point actually. 9.7 is the round figure. I think that's going to hold actually. Let's look at the 15-minute. There's a good chance of that holding. Yeah. Look at the 15-minute. Popped up, came off. Popped up, came off. Is it going to break up a little bit higher? Maybe confirmation, so we get a bit of a better price. But yeah, I like the look of this. I'm going to make a note of that. So I think there's a good chance we might get a short on that one. Super much, just making a note of that. Yeah, okay. I think 9.7 is going to hold. Are we preempting? We're going to put the stop. Maybe around about there. Do you want to wait? Seems to be coming off. Do you want to join it? I'll put it up anyway and tell me what you think. Okay, and TP. Maybe down there, 95.50. Maybe a bit wildly. Seem to be coming off as we speak. There you are. Well, stick with it then. So anybody want to join on this one? Sipendili's going for it. I'm actually quite keen on it. Yeah, well spotted. It's coming off as we speak, actually. Make your mind up, start to ruin your risk reward. What do you want to do? You want to be on this? Don't take too long, you might miss the boat. Yes or no? Okay, that's fair enough. Okay. So I'm going to leave it alone. It's just yourself then, okay? Well, I can't pronounce one, so I'll leave it for the time being. That's what they say, 3 days, yeah. Okay, well, we'll leave it in. Well, it might do. That's why I say you got to watch this sometimes, Zeph. I mean, that GBP thing when it shot up 550 odd pips in 2 days was just under. You know, these things really came from nowhere. It's not sour grapes because they got it wrong. It's just even get it wrong, to get it wrong to that extent, obviously that was a fundamental something happening over there. Got to be to do with interest rates and inflation to drive it that far. A weak currency against a strong one. It's like me going in the ring and knocking out Mike Tyson the first round. Not something you'd expect to happen. Certainly, least of all me. Okay, well, there you are. If you want to take it, there it is. Okay, right. NZDJPY, it's coming off a bit now. I keep saying, I got on the brain, this one here. Yeah, it's coming off, good. So hold on, like I said, and you should be doing just fine. That's true, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Wonderful thing, technology, eh? Yeah, David Goliath, one gun, Goliath with no chance. Anyway, where are we? Yeah, so that's come off again, that's good. GBP, is it trying to come off? 15C a bit better. It's trying to, but it's battling. I thought I expected it, but anyway. Thought nothing would surprise me, but still does. Okay, right. I've got written down, discussed nothing specific. I've covered the CPI figures with you. The jobless claim, oh, that's right, the jobless claims came out slightly higher than expected. So there's slightly more people out of work, which is not pleasant either. Kathy, yeah, we just looked. As I say, some people are a bit gun shy on it, but I thought it's so overcooked this. I mean, it went up, as I say, just repeat myself again for you, Kathy, there. You just missed it. 530 pips in just under 2 days. That's hectic, like we're just talking about now. That's like David taking out Goliath, because it's a weak one taking out a strong one, and not just taking it out. I mean, completely walking right over it, pounding it, knocking it out in the first round. I'm expecting a bit of a pullback. So we've got the guys in that just round about this price, 75. Got to stop at 100 pips above at 56.75 and around 1.52 as the target if you want to do that. I'm not exactly an expert on this, to be on AUD USD. If you want to, I'll put the stuff up for you, Kathy, just let me know. I'm not an expert on this one because I don't usually trade it because it's so similar. Well, obviously I know about it, I can read it on the chart, obviously. It might do, but the CPI is a big one on that. I'm not sure do 100. I thought it would scoot the market, probably 75. But obviously, you know, it takes it in turns. I mean, let's go to a monthly chart. See what I mean? This is where the Aussie was king, then they're both equal. Now the Aussie, and then the wrong one. Yeah, then sort of sideways, even Steven. Now the Aussie is king. Now is this just a pullback for profit taking pullback, or is NZD suddenly strengthening? Because they're similar, I don't normally trade it. But having said that, it looks like it could come back here. We'll put a Fibonacci talk about this morning. We'll take it from the low down here and put it at the top up here. I use the wick, by the way. I think most people do. Yeah. Could come back here, something like that for a bounce. Would it come as far back as here? Could do. Sorry. Could come here. I'll put a line in there, just keep an eye on it, see what it give us. That's a month, you idiot. Well, the daily confounds it a bit more downside. Let's have a look. It might be worth on a technical, so I don't trade it that much on a technical basis. So now I'm the neutral, can maybe have a stop up there. It's only 60 pips away and take it down here. Yeah, I've got a decent target to aim at. If it gets there, probably better down there. Yeah, probably better there if you want to short it, but I'm not so keen. Look at that. It's a bit indecisive today. Remember, it's 16 hours old today. Sellers came in, buyers came back in. I'm not so sure, but looks like it might be a bit of a sell-off. For the one, I'm not, didn't blow my head back on this one, but looks like it might get a bit more of a fall, but they are similar, like I said. Okay, so that's my take. If you want to do it, clean up, put the calculator up. I'm quite happy with that. It's up to you. I'm just giving my thoughts on it. Yeah, at 75. 75, yeah. 100, rather than staggers. If it is 100, it might spook the market even further. Okay. You're going to leave it, does that mean, or you want to put the calculator up? Just put RR if you want me to do it. Okay. Right. Clearly not. So, okay. Right. Where were we? Brent mentioned. Did we put it down? No, I don't think enough guys want to take the sell on that, so I didn't put it down as a trading room idea. I'll be honest, I'm in it. I did sell it personally. It's not doing too badly. I think I got in nearer the 50-day moving average, 92 something or other. So it seems to be doing okay. It popped up a little bit, seems to be trying to come back off again. So you can get down to 88, 85, something like that. Anyway, right, so it's coming off. I'm not sure I'll be joining it now. It's a bit late, but I still think we might get a bit of downside. Indecision or no indecision as seen by the candle. I think it's going to drift lower. Just mention that for you. What else do we want to mention? Something else there. Oh, that's right, end gas. Hovering, I told you to be slow. Anyone took it? Still hang on to it. I still see the upside. It's just slow. 6.7. I think it was actually this morning. Went up to 6. Went up actually a bit, and it's come off, and it's hovering a little bit. Look at the shorter term chart. It's come off a bit now, but I think it's going to hold that. Oh, hang on. What's it doing now? Oh shit. Maybe that holds. Anyway, but we shall see. Anyway, got our stop in. Do see a bit upside, but it's a bit slow. Okay. See the NAS is coming off again. Had to bounce off the fib. I thought it might reach a little bit higher to maybe give another opportunity to short, but obviously it's coming in again. It's jumping around. I'd definitely use a bit of at least a day rule, not a 3-day rule on that. Okay. All right. I think we covered the gold, the indices, the CPIs, etc. Some guys might have gone the GBP cap. At least a couple did, so I've written it down. See what happened there. I like that one very much. My only situation is it's a bit high at the moment for chasing, but I do like it, yeah. We had an original trade idea at 145.50. This is, I think, when was this? I think it was, was this on yesterday or the day before? No, I know it was a few days ago. But that, I think, might have been last I was on. I can't remember anyway, but it's been more than yesterday. At 145.45, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, it's doing okay. Joining it now. Actually, not wrong. Look at that bounce there. Look at that tip. Yeah, I don't, that's what's putting me off. Don't like that. That's not making me a happy guy. You know, you put your stop in, spikes down, spikes up, and stops you out. I think it's a bit late to join now, personally. I do see upside, but I think it's a little bit late to join now. That's my personal opinion. This conflicting political situation worldwide, massive debt, etc., the markets seem to be a little bit of up and downish, shall we say? Not as much direction consistent as I would like. Not so we don't get opportunities, but just give you a bit of a heartbeat increase. Same with CAD JPY, but late to chase it now. If it breaks above there, might do have a look. Okay, best I can come up with on that one. GBP CAD is coming off a bit. Thank goodness for that. Okay, right. We went over a few things this morning. I think most of the guys in this morning already have the economic DXY and yields links, which I posted this morning. If you didn't, I'll post them again. Save them so you, at least all of it. So economics, you should keep an eye on it then. No big surprises. You need to have that. Very, very important. Don't they present in the classes? I think they should actually, because maybe it's too much to experience for a complete beginner. That's probably why they don't. That's why I try and push it more maybe in the practical area here for experience. But yeah, you need to know the economic fundamentals clearly. See what happens. If you know about the CPI, you might have been caught going the wrong way. Oh my goodness. Oh, great, Nyasha. She's very happy with you. If you're sitting looking at the trading room, you better go, absolutely. Good luck, and well, hopefully it's going to be congratulations. Hopefully another budding trader. Okay, John, get yourself out if you can afford it. That is, of course, not cheap, these inverters, but made a big difference to me, major difference. I can even boil a kettle on it. The main light's gone off, but otherwise everything's fine. Okay, where are we? Okay, GB CAD, no, about said that, Murphy's Law, eh? Right, so that's about all I can look at the moment that I've got particularly I'm excited about. Maybe a little bit, I know we hate the pound, but it's got up so much, maybe this one look maybe a pullback as well. This might be a bit of a pullback as well. Well, we're in £1. I think we're going to overdo it now. Okay, sure. The dollar's starting to go back up again after profit taking. Now I see downside 1.12. I think I mentioned today it's 1.12. Might get in. Let's have a look anyway. See what we can come up with. It's a bit high, that. Maybe a little bit lower. And TP here, 1.0933. Maybe 35. Might go squeeze that. I still think the pound's overcooked, guys. I think might be a chance of a move here. The 10-day seems to be holding on the body there. Blowing its hair back, or £1 enough for the week? Anyone want to bite this one, or a bit nervous? You like it? Anyone want to join Mike on this one? That's a bit of a problem there. It's got to break through that maybe. Well, I maybe break through that, but I still think it's overcooked anyway. I'm bloody nervous involving the pound. Completely agree with you. Yeah, the pound gives me the jitters as well. But in all honesty, the dollar's starting to strengthen again. I don't think the pound can withhold the power of the good old big greenback. If you're not keen, leave it. Okay, well, have a check of it just now. You might get a better price. I don't know. It's yeah. Okay, believe it for if you're not keen. Okay, see how it goes, Mike. Remind me tomorrow morning. One we didn't put down here. Just have a quick look at. See if it came off, like the euro dollar. See if that comes off. Okay. Somebody asked, should I buy gold? Now it's come off so much. You might get a bounce, but I wouldn't be. I recommended rather holding away. I wouldn't be selling it down here. So you could have a bounce, but I don't need extension of the bounce. And with the dollar strengthening again, yields up at 4%. The bounce will be just a quick, small, in my opinion, profit-taking job, and I think there's a good chance to come off again. We can get 1660 now, not 1680. Maybe we can look at it. I think it's a good chance getting back to 1620. Yeah. What can I say, Joseph? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. We went through all the dollar-related. We seem to have missed them. The euro dollar, lots to keep this one. The others, no. So yeah. That's about it from me. From any bright ideas, I just hope the NZD's coming off again. Trying to, that's for sure. It's still a bit sideways, hey. Yeah, I think it might be a little bit sideways before we get a further move down. And is Brent still coming off of it, so? Yeah, I'm not right. That's right, it's coming back to come off. Needs to get back down below 91 again. Which is good for everyone. That's a short I like. Is it? It's a bit slow because it misbehaving badly. No, it's not too bad. Not too bad. It'll be slow, that one. I did mention to everyone, if you want to take it, it'll be slow, but I think it's going to have upside. Okay. I'm looking at shares earlier on, chance to take number thing again. I can't find an entry, too late to join. So I couldn't find any there particularly exciting for you. In fact, I can't find anything after that lot. Quick look at the euro, see anything there. I want to chase that. Euro CAD, not too sure and chase that. We had a sell on that one, I think. Sell, that's right, 33.40. All right, went seriously A1. I still think it's a bit overcooked. I mean, it's the euro, you know. There's a 200 up there somewhere. I think it's a bit overcooked. Again, a bit of indecision. Very strange. Okay. But I still think it's overcooked, but I'm a bit nervous to say jump in. But if you like it, great. But one of the better ones I've seen, Euro CHF. Again, I think it's a bit overcooked at there. I think it's a possibility, a bit of downside there. Euro GBP. Well, we want to leave the GBP alone. We've got one's bad enough. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. Might get a bounce, who knows. Euro JPY, two fairly weak ones. I would do that. Euro NZD. Been quite strong lately. Right, and resistance could get a pullback there as well. So I think there's a chance of a couple of shorts there. Pull back on that one. Euro AUD, maybe Euro CAD. That's about the best I can come up with on that. Yeah, I think this comes out of 5. For some reason, I don't print it on this calendar, but I've got my what do you call it? One to put on. I won't name it now. Widget, you know, my widget there. But I'll check for you anyway just now if you remind me of 5. So those euros bite you at all? Look at them if you want. Pound, you're going to miss NZD. What's this one doing? Been on about a long time. That looked very much trade. Follow the range would be a better story, but don't want to chase it now. So get your charts out and look at it fairly quickly as well. Yeah, there's nothing else there I can find. Sorry, nothing else to find the trading line. But if you want any sort of stuff to go over, you're not sure of, obviously you can take the time on that if you like. Remember, I cannot do training. It's unfair on the guys who bought the course. It's free to come in here. Basic training is done by the class of guys who obviously invested in the knowledge. But I can do clarification and go over stuff, answer some questions if you like. And of course, look at any trades you can find. Okay, right, gotta run. Okay, Zeph, as always, great to have you. And maybe have you tomorrow. By the way, one of the guys is doing got a bit of holiday tomorrow, so I'm going to be enjoying my Friday evening doing platform training. I'm filling in for whoever it is. Is it Clinton or somebody? So yeah, that's great fun, eh? Helping out there. So just telling you, if anyone's not too sure of the platform still, and you want to come join me tomorrow up at 6 on a Friday night, what fun. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm afraid I've run out of ideas. If you ask any questions, I'll obviously fill them. Any new Gabriel, anybody there? Can't pronounce some of the names, but pipe up. Idea, I can pronounce that clearly. Anything you're not sure of, anything you want to explain, and just please tell me, and I'll make this time a little bit more useful for you if we can't find any decent trades. That's primarily clearly what it's about. Okay, we suggested a sell the GBP CAD. I think that might have sell actually. We got in at 75. It's 52 now. As a sell on there, you might be able to do it if you want to chase it. Might be able to do it. We had a 56.75 stop, quite a wide stop. You can always modify if it does well. And we have a TP at 1.52. Yeah, no problem with TP there. Might even want to put the TP a bit higher. You can even squeeze it to there. It's due a pullback. You know what I'm saying, Kathy? It's due a pullback. It's gone up over 500 pips in less than 2 days since yesterday. a weak currency against a strong one. So I think it's sort of due for a pullback. But as I say, we got burnt before, and some people are a bit gun shy. But if you like the look of it, there you are. Okay, if you want to do it, there you are. NZD, I think some guys got stopped out and a profit go off the big four. Some guys might still be in it. Yeah, they're still in profit. So if you're in it still, I don't have to hold. Dollar's going to still fairly strong. But don't enter it if you got stopped out at profits, what I'm saying. I don't think you should anyway. And that's the only one we got out this afternoon. That's all you will all really missed, because I haven't really missed that much from that point of view. It's quite exciting since about 2:30. From my point of view, dealing with all the people and myself included, when the figures came out on the jobless and the CPI, and some guys are smiling big time who shorted the NASDAQ. I'm not mentioning the name. Something comes in here sometimes, not true today. Made an absolute killing on it. He was lucky actually, because he's grossly overexposed. If he'd gotten wrong, he wouldn't earn account less, but it didn't. It clearly, and then he's smiling. It's quite amusing. He's whipped the money out of his account in about 5 seconds flat, just in case we pinch it. It's just pure psychology. You know what I mean? Think someone's going to suddenly take it away. We can't believe their luck. Probably go home and take his wife out for a nice meal. Okay, right. But for me, great ideas to say I'm at your service, and you'd like to discuss newer guys, you can anything. Not sure about, please, yeah, just let me know. See a few names I haven't met before. If you want to ask anything, please, it's a forum. It's not a class, it's a forum where we try and find trades and try and clarify, get some practical understanding. So if you want to know how to set the charts up, if you like it uncluttered, just right click, go to properties, and then you can set it up as you like. And there's the example you can see. You have a white background or a black background, set it up so it's nice and comfortable. Put your 250-day moving average on that as well. And then once you've done it, save. Okay, just a reminder, don't forget to save it. Save the template, okay? To whatever name you like. And then when you want to, if you lose the charts, you want to get them back, just go to templates. And then you see, go across down there, you see the saved ones. And you get it back immediately. Don't forget to put the 50 and the 200. If you like the 10, you put it on. If you like any of the others, that's up to you. But these are, as you say, everyone, but a large majority of people trading use these two. So I strongly suggest you have them on there. It's quite simple if you're not sure. I'm boring you, tell me. Just go on indicators to trend, go to moving average, click on it, make sure it's on the simple, and then you put in the 50, get the color, and do that, and make sure a thicker line, then 200, brown color, simple, and okay them both. Then save it, and away you go. If you want the 10, well, that's up to you. Your color's your choice. And I'm not sure, it's quiet at the moment, I can help you on those aspects. I think you all know how to cut your position. When I say that, you can partially close. Obviously on one micro you can't, but if let's say you've got 5 micros or a million, I don't know, whatever, and you want to bank part of it, you can. You have to close the entire position. I'm sure you'll know how to do it. If you don't, I can explain that as well. And of course, get the position size calculator, an absolute must. Just something flashed across from the screen. Does the demo and the live account cost the same? What are you talking about? Extraordinary question. Well, we've got the oil coming out. Yeah, might see what happens there. Okay. Okay, so the yields that's on the 10-year yields, basic interest. You're getting on your particular, like a dividend on a share, same principle. The biggest one is the 10-year one. That's why I keep it saved. I think you've got it already because I've posted. If you haven't got that, I'll post it for you. It's quite simple. Just copy and paste onto the chat line, and you can save it and put it in your browser and minimize it, use it. If you want that, it takes 2 seconds to do it, not a problem. Yields affect the market inversely proportionally. The higher the yield, the worse it is for the market. When I say the market, I'm talking about Forex. I'm talking about the stock market, indices, shares, that sort of thing. Remember, an index, Nasdaq 100 is made up of 100 shares. Dow is made up of 30. The S&P is made up of 500 shares. Index of it, like an average. But what was I going to say? So the higher the yields, the worse it is for gold and the market. So it went up to 4%. Increased likelihood of interest rates, increased dollar strength, and negative gold and negative the NAS, as we found out, the Dow, S&P, and the shares that came off. Simple reason that is because, if you're getting a high yield, why gamble the stock market if you're getting a nice, decent interest rate? That's the theory anyway. So it tends to move inversely proportionally. And also the bond price, if it goes up, the yields go down, and vice versa. Interest rates, understand, is very, very, very important. That's what the chancellor or who controls, like the Fed or whatever, that's the tool they use to curtail the money supply, curtail inflation, that sort of thing. That's the tool they're using, increasing it or lowering it. Because remember, the world is on borrowed money. And at one stage, it was 0 interest rates not so long ago, which basically means, why would you use your own money? Borrow it. It's free, you're getting free money. Okay, anything else? Because I'm not going to sort of rabbit on. Not much fun for you or for me if you've got your stuff. No questions you want to ask, and we haven't got any more trades out. If you're all cool, there's only about a dozen people left anyway. Load shedding, there's not much going on. But yeah, if anyone wants to ask any questions, Gabriel, anybody? Mags, I like that, Mags. Mags, what's called Mags? Are you cool with that, Solid? Do you understand now? You happy with that? I trust you got it saved, by the way. You okay there, Max? Okay. You all got the yields, the economic calendar, and the 10-year note yield. Sorry, the DXY all saved. If you haven't, I'll copy and paste for you. All got it? Any questions? Look at this cat's going up again. Look, GBP, I mean, just don't understand it. You think something good happened. After a run like that, you start getting pullbacks. Might consolidate a bit, but it's due for anyway. We'll see. Okay. Is Brent, anything happening on Brent? Well, that's shooting out all over the bloody place. Yes, it's all over the place. That becomes untradeable just like that. Just leave it alone. Take a position and switch off the computer is probably the best. Yeah, it's probably best, Mark. Let the bloody thing, you got your stocks protected, you're just jumping around. It's just doesn't. Senseless. Look at those candles, senseless. Yeah. Doesn't matter, go long or short, it's irrelevant. One thing you can see now, if you put it on red and black comes up, it's 100% know you lost or 100% know you won. This is where you, either side, I mean, short it, look at that, we've longed it, look at that, yeah. And even the DXY's come off a bit. I think just steer away. You've got your position, see how they go. I wouldn't get too cute. Don't get bored in the middle of the night and think I better go and trade something. I think it's going to have to settle. The world markets are very much a flurry at the moment. Major due to the major problems they've got in America and to a certain extent in Europe. Extremely weak leadership. That's the problem. I'm not making a political comment of whether I like the party or but it's just the leadership is not good. Not as much better over here. Saudi Arabia, screw yeah, the Saudi Arabia, sure. They're paying fast and loose because they've got the black gold. Yep, that's true, simply. Yeah. Well, remember that, you know, they've got some extremely bad press, Saudi Arabia in America. And remember, the big friends with Israel, which are, and Saudi Arabia, as you know, Israel do not get on. Yeah. A lot of its pride as well. Oh, on that, I'm not copying and pasting as I'm on here. But it is, I mean, it's been taken advantage of. Not whether you like Trump or not, but I'm not sure Putin would be quite so quick to advance into Ukraine. If Trump was in charge, whether you like it or not, these can make decisions. Yeah? I mean, have you ever seen Biden try to speak? It's embarrassing. And even the Vice President, supposed to be in charge of the border, goes nowhere near it, and went down and peered through. Oh, I didn't know this is North Korea. What the bloody Texan border? Went over there, peered through, and she said, "Our allies are not that far away. Since when's North Korea been an ally?" And that embarrassing moment, remember, you saw that when Biden thought the Pope was Michael Jordan, the basketball player, confused the names. Scary. Yeah, okay, well, I haven't really got much else. So, most people have left now. Load shedding's come on, maybe stuff to do. From the trading aspect, I think just keep your hands in your pockets on this one. Stay light, hope the ones you're in come right, and maybe have another look tomorrow. Unless you want to go over anything, because I'm sorry, I've got anything brilliant to come up at the moment. Yeah. And there's a lot of petty bickering as well. Yeah. You know, we talk corruption here, it's petty corruption in Washington, D.C. as well. All about power play, not what it's supposed to be doing. I think I might copy and paste it in and read that just now. Well, I've copied it, I'll read it just now. Okay. Good, thanks for that. I'll read it just afterwards. Okay, guys. Well, I've run out of stuff to say. Anyone want to carry on with anything, or should we wrap it up till tomorrow morning and hope we've got something going on then? Yeah. Well, I'll be WHINE if the bloody CAD doesn't start coming off. Not the CAD, I mean the GBP. Oh, I only drink, I don't drink white wine. Don't know why, even with fish. I haven't had a glass of white wine for bloody about 15 years now. I like it. Yeah. Okay, guys, should we wrap it up? Anything else? We've only got, just only got about a dozen people left. Okay, great. Okay, we'll catch you tomorrow. I don't mind staying on. I quite enjoy it, but I don't want to waffle away from them to waffle about. For all his faults, somebody touches some woman up all night. I don't really mind about that. I don't think it was that bad. Talking about the president, the ex-president. Not sure about his wife. I think she was a expedient professional politician, in my opinion. Extremely clever. I'm not saying that away from her. Extremely clever. But yeah, but there's much sincerity in that vote. Okay, right. That's about it. I'll read the article now and catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining and go well. Cheers.